Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia and I make videos about anthropology every single Sunday. And it's been a little while since I've done a video on linguistic anthropology, and I had a request in the comment section a little while ago to do a video on highest paying jobs for linguistic anthropology majors. And that is exactly what I've prepared for you guys today. But I did want to make a little note that if you're not linguistic anthropology, maybe you're a communications major or a linguistics major or something similar, this list will still be great for you. I just come from a background in anthropology, and that's what led me to creating this video idea. So yeah, I'm so excited to talk about it. And without further ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so the first job that I have on this list is becoming a computational linguist. And computational linguists on average make about $89,000 per year. So what is a computational linguist? Great question. So the best way that I have found to explain this to people is that our technology has come a really long way. And each year it's becoming increasingly important that we not only understand our technology, but that our technology understands us. So a great example of this is Siri on your iPhone or Alexa. When you communicate with your technology, we expect the technology to understand us. And like I said before, this is growing a ton every single day. Now, as a computational linguist, it's your job to make sure that our technology understands us the best that we can. And there's a lot that goes into that. You work with AI, you're going to do a lot of speech research and language research, which is really, really important. And then, of course, you're going to be working with software and software development. Now, I will say having some or a lot of experience in computer science would be really valuable in pursuing this career. So if you are an anthropology major, consider taking some CS classes or consider even pursuing a minor in computer science. I won't lie to you guys, having a minor in computer science is really valuable in today's world, the age of technology, all that good stuff. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, definitely explore this option more because it is becoming literally so important with everyday passing. So yeah, that is computational linguists. Okay, so the next position that I have on this list is becoming a speech and language pathologist. And on average, speech and language pathologists make about $80,000 per year. So you might have heard this before. This is probably one of the positions that I have on this list that's more well known. And I definitely have a soft spot for this one because you're giving back to the community. So what is it? Basically, I mean, you guys know, it's not uncommon to find people who struggle with communicating. This can be in the more physical, technical sense where certain sounds are hard to produce for certain people. But there's also something that people forget is also the comprehension side of language. Sometimes people have a harder time understanding, language or picking up on social cues, all that kind of stuff. And basically, speech and language pathologists, it's their job to help people improve some of these language difficulties that they have. Now, this position has a lot of different responsibilities, and I do think it does depend a little bit on what you focus on as the speech and language pathologist, but some of the responsibilities that come with this position are research, so you could do research in understanding people's speech patterns and speech struggles. Then, of course, there is prevention, so doing our best to prevent either people from developing these problems or picking up new ones. Then, of course, the big ones are diagnosing and curing these problems that people have. Like I said, it's really common for people to have speech difficulties. I know people in my life who have had some of these problems, and it seems likely to me that you might know people as well. So to take on a position that really helps people feel confident in the way that they speak and, hold themselves every single day, I think is such a wonderful thing, and linguistic anthropology students are definitely equipped to pursuing this position. And you make a lot of money, so why not? Okay, so this third position kind of manifests itself in a lot of different ways online. And basically what I mean by that is there's a bunch of different job titles for it, and I don't actually know which is the most common one that people use. But this third job is becoming a language lawyer, legal linguist, a linguistic lawyer. I mean, there were a lot, you guys. I don't actually know what's proper. My bad. They were just, everything was everywhere. So you guys can let me know down below. But basically being a lawyer who focuses on language. And the average salary for this position is about $78,000 per year. So what is it? I mean, this isn't going to come as a shock to any of you, I don't think. Language is a huge part of our legal system, and in a lot of ways, language is our legal system. And so you need people in the law who are able to focus on how our language is used within the law. And again, this feels very broad strokes to me, but I want to make sure I get this point across. So one good example, I think, is that when you read a text, often there are different ways to interpret that text. So to have someone who has a background in linguistics who can come in and interpret a legal text is really important. Another thing too that's not uncommon in this position is knowing more than one language. So it definitely happens, I mean, pretty frequently, that you'll have legal cases that concern more than one language. So if you can have someone who can translate between both of these languages in a legal context is really great. So if you speak two languages, you are an asset to this position, and I would highly recommend considering pursuing this. Like I said before, this position could be a lot of different things. You might be interpreting legal texts, you might be translating legal texts from one language to another, improving legal texts using your language skills. The list goes on, you guys. So I really think that if you are an anthropology linguistics person and you'd consider going to law school, give this a shot because you can make a lot of money, you can give back to the community, and I think this would be pretty great. All right, so the fourth and final position that I have on this list, I had actually never heard of before doing all the research for this video. And I feel like this position is something that you guys are gonna like, and that is becoming a forensic linguist. And on average, forensic linguists make about $76,000 per year. Now, the reason I feel like you guys are gonna like this position is because I did a video a while ago on forensic anthropology, just like, what is it? And people loved that video. So I'm like, ooh, maybe I should explore that field a little bit more. But basically, a forensic linguist surprisingly has a lot in common with a legal linguist, in the sense that they're both connected to the law. And so as a forensic linguist, again, you're using your knowledge of forensic science and of course the language, and of course language and the law. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I'm just going to keep going because I feel like you understand what I'm saying. You use all the knowledge that comes with specializing in forensics and linguistics in the context of forensic cases. Now, it goes without saying that what people say really depends on context. So if you have, gosh, you guys, the examples that I read for this position are so dark. I don't even want to say them. But if you have someone doing some bad things, what they say may or may not be incriminating and be evidence for or against them. And so your job as a forensic linguist is really using language to help get inside the mind of particular people, or maybe in the court of law, proving or disproving their innocence. And yeah, there's a lot that comes with this, a lot. So yeah, if you find that interesting, I definitely recommend exploring it a little bit more. I definitely wanted to make sure I included it on this list. Okay, so those were actually all 4 positions that I have prepared for you all today. They are related to linguistic anthropology, and you make a good chunk of money, which, I mean, hey, anthropologists, I know y'all are worried and looking for that. So yes, actually, when I was drafting up the video for this week, I found 8 positions that pay good money for linguistics and anthropology students. So leave a comment down below if you want to hear the other 4. I just didn't have infinite time this week to make a video with 8 positions in it. So if you want to hear the other ones, let me know down below. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday, and it feels good to be back because I missed last week. So All right, I will see you all next week. All right, you guys. Bye.